Hey everybody, welcome back to the basement, welcome back to the layout. I'm Chris from Chris's Trains and Things, and it's a holiday season, and I teased something on one of my social media platforms about a week or so ago that there's going to be an opportunity for you to select our New Year's trains that we're going to run here on the layout, and so that's what this video is going to be about. So let's get started. So on New Year's Day, we're going to have a video that's going to go out that's going to be a general running session, a big kickoff to 2023 here. It'll be our first video of the year. And I thought at this point, this channel has grown so much, and we're going to talk about that during my year in review, which will be coming up here either in late December or early January. It might be the second video that we do of the year. But we've grown quite a bit. In fact, last year, at the end of the year, I believe we were just at 2,000 subscribers, or very close to it. And our goal for this year was to get to 3,000. And we are closing in on 6,000 subscribers, which is absolutely unbelievable. And so as a thank you, one of the things I love about this is engaging with all of you. So let's do that and let's have you help me out. So I have a great collection of trains that I've been very fortunate enough to collect and acquire over time. And sometimes things don't leave the roundhouse, or they don't leave the wall, because it's just what happens. And so I want to ask you, what do you want to see in our first video of 2023? And so here's how you're going to tell me, because I would love for you to leave me a comment down below, because that always helps. But what we need you to do is complete a survey. So in the video description is a link to a Google form. And then in there, you will have options of what you want to see us run for that first video. So you'll have options for steam locomotives. You'll have options for diesel locomotives as well. And then also maybe some freight that you want to see us run. Maybe some passenger cars. So I'm going to give as many options as I feasibly can to you, while also making this manageable enough for me to be able to figure out, sort through all that data, and then actually make the video happen in about a week or so, because we're closing in here on the holiday, and making these videos does take a lot of time. So let's go ahead and do that. So in the video description below, you're going to have some options, but let's go through some of the options that you are going to have when we make this video. All right, so thinking of steam locomotives, you're going to have the options of the Legacy Cab Forward. So that's one that's been on the layout recently, so we can run the Legacy Cab Forward. Along with that, we also have the Southern Pacific GS4 Vision Line Daylight. So do we want to see a Vision Line Daylight run? We haven't had that one out too often, and we've got all those beautiful passenger cars for it. Maybe we want to run the Daylight. We could pull out the 466T. That is upgraded to Legacy, that one-of-one engine that we have here in the collection. And maybe we could pull that with some commuter cars. We could pull out the weathered Atlantic, the E6. We haven't had that one on the layout in a long time. And it is pretty sharp looking, I think, as it's all weathered up. We could use the M1A, Pennsy M1A. We could also use the Pennsy K4 from the Broadway Limited set. That's been in the roundhouse for quite some time. Maybe we want to bring out the red Pacemaker Mohawk. That's a fan favorite, and one of the favorites here in our house that I know that my kids really enjoy. Do we want to see the Cardinal set or the New York Central Pacific that comes with it? We could run it with some other cars. We don't have to run it with the red Cardinal set cars. Do we want to run the Polar Express? We have the Polar Express Berkshire. Maybe we want to run that. So that's another option that you'll have. And then our last steam locomotive option, actually that's a lie, we've got two more. We have the Vision Line Big Boy. Do we want to break the Big Boy out? It's been a long time since we've run that guy. And then finally, the MTH PS3 Angus, the 0880, is going to be another option for you for our steam engines. So those are your selections. They're going to be available in the Google form below. Now let's jump into diesels. All right, so diesels are interesting because we can mix all sorts of different consists of diesels. Do you want to see the track inspection car, the DC3 PS2 track inspection car from MTH? I actually haven't featured that on my layout or on my videos yet, so perhaps we want to see that. How about some SD40-2s? We have 3 of those available, 2 Wheeling and Lake Erie's, and a Norfolk Southern. So perhaps we want to run all 3 of those or run them separately. We could also run the Vision Line Genset Switcher in Union Pacific paint. We have a Norfolk Southern SD70. We have some Union Pacific Heritage SD70s and a regular Union Pacific SD70 ACE. So I'm going to give you the option of running some SD70 ACEs, and we would just put those together in a consist. We won't break them apart individually just to make this manageable. We have the SD45s that are new. We've got the powered unit and the super base. We could run those. We could run the new ES44, the J, Canadian National Heritage Unit, or the Norfolk Southern Interstate Heritage unit that I have as well. We've got an Erie SW1 switcher that is MTHPS3. It's a Rail King model. We have the Lionel Strasburg SW8 in Legacy that we could run. Maybe we want to break out the GG1. That hasn't been out in a long time. So that's an electric engine, obviously. We could also run the Polar Express Acela or the regular Acela. And then last but not least, we have the Santa Fe ABBA set. That has not been off the wall in a while. Needs some servicing, but we could get that done. And then what do you want to do for freight? Are we pulling some of the auto racks that we have? Do we want some giant box cars, a pacemaker set? What do you want to see? Maybe some passenger cars. So I'll give you just a few options there, but make sure you go down to that Google form below and submit your ideas. All right, so those are our options. That's pretty much everything that we kind of have options for. For the diesels, we'll probably group some of those together just to make it manageable. So you're gonna pick your top 3. I want you to pick your top 3 items that you wanna see us run, and we will have those on the layout on New Year's Day for our first video of 2023. So if you've made it this far, great. Go down below to the description, click on that Google form and submit your ideas. What are we running here for our first video? Is it gonna be something completely crazy? Or is it going to be just some great looking consists? I think either way, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I appreciate you helping us out by voting for what we're running in that first video. Thank you all so much. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I hope you can do that first and then go to that Google form. But I'm Chris. Have a great day.